three, I guess. First item will be pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item would be approval of the August 6th regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the August 6th regular meeting as presented.
I second it.
Okay. All right, so any discussion on that? If not, all in favor? Okay, pass. All right. The next is approval of the public hearing minutes. Basically, we just went over planning and zoning. Council will vote tonight to discuss 20-foot buffer between landowners, 3 non-pet animals per 2 acres without permission. Anything more would need to be brought before the council to vote on. And basically, that's any kind of, format. Okay. So, I mean, it sort of gives us leeway. Okay?
I'll make a motion we accept those minutes for approval.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay, all right. Next item is approval of August financial report.
I'll make a motion that we accept the financial report as presented.
Do I have a second? Okay. We have a motion and a second to accept the financial report. Any discussion?
What's our balances today?
66.
It's on the back, on the last page.
It's actually a little higher than what this is. She gave us a sheet, but there's less than actually.
Okay. What does that look like from this time last year? So we have September, October, November, 4 months.
Last year, it's a.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I've done asked her to work on that, to find that out for us.
Okay.
But I want to see where we're at too, so. Okay, any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. I need to move some stuff around if everybody's approval. I mean,
Well, now, A, you can do that with me.
I want to make sure she shows. I mean, I hate to be mean, but I want to make sure she shows up.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
But I'm just
She just
saying,
said
she
it has a
doesn't
new
have to be
grandson.
here for you to do that.
right,
They're at the
but
hospital, so.
I still would rather, for her to be here to make sure.
Okay. Can we just, I'll make a motion that item A under new business is tabled.
Okay. All right. Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. In that place, let's put, if we will, because he was coming subdividing Wildcat property. David Bryant is here with Wildcat, and he's brought a plat here to look at for approval. Did you look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got it.
So, do I have a motion
Motion to approve the
to
projected
subdivide?
plat subdividing?
Okay.
I'm questioning why are we approving, we've not approved any other plats.
Yes, ma'am. We approved all the ones that Lamar had.
What about
set.
Zach's?
I think Zach's closed before we even done this. See, he done it before we started doing it.
Okay. Okay, then I make a motion that we accept the plat. Now, this isn't a part of Zach's property, right?
No, this is
Okay.
right next to it.
And this is his brother Chris. Okay, I'll make
Go
a
ahead,
motion.
Dave.
What I was hoping to get was a pre-approval for the division as I have drawn there. So we don't have to go
Well,
through this each time.
right, well,
That's what I
let's-
was asking about.
right,
And
let's-
which includes Estes and Hendricks as
Right, well,
well.
let's do this one, because this is the final plat,
Correct.
and then we'll do a proposed plat.
Preliminary or?
Yeah, preliminary
Yeah.
for the other,
Okay.
and then, you can either mail the plat for final approval, or Estes can bring it.
I guess that's the main question I have is for that division as drawn, as long as it's pretty similar to that, do you have any objections?
Yeah.
If not, we can preliminarily approve it until you
Yes.
get the final plat.
Yeah.
That would be great.
But let us, all right, I'll make a motion that we approve the final plat for Christopher and Whitney Bennett.
Now, they are on the buy.
Correct. They're the ones under contract, which is the final survey there.
A second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for the Bennett's property to be, plat be approved.
The minutes need to read, Chris and Whitney, because we have other Bennetts.
Right, but I was just,
Well, I know, but I just need to make sure it gets in the minutes.
Okay. all right, any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. The second item would be the preliminary plat of Estes and Hendricks. Is that the two?
And as drawn.
And that's drawn.
Right. If you look at that, I've got some other
Well, it looks
proposed
like,
divisions where it says split,
okay,
and they all have road frontage, with the exception of Hendricks and Estes, which own property that touches that. The way I drew those splits, one has road frontage on Fisher Creek Road, the other has road frontage on Highway 136. And if y'all are okay with that preliminarily, then as I get them under contract, I know that it's okay as long as the plat comes out pretty similar to that. That's kind of what I was hoping to get.
now this smaller tract here on the upper side of Estes, I guess?
The swap, where it says
Yeah.
swap,
Yeah,
that is an agreement we've entered to with the Mosleys. Our access road currently goes across their property to get to ours. So what we're looking at doing is giving them road frontage on 136 and swapping land that would include, it would give us sole access on that road. So trading some land almost acre for acre. They would have road frontage on 136, we would still retain some road frontage on 136, and then our access road wouldn't go across their property, we would own that then.
all right. You know, as long as all this, dividing and everything, you know, dumps out, into a public road,
Correct.
we're okay. But when you start, coming and wanting a, you know, subdividing and having to have a road, you know, a private road. we would
Easement
have-
or that
Yeah,
kind
we
of-
would have to, you know, other steps would have to be made to
Right.
get that approved.
He can tell you too, it's hard to sell a piece with an easement. So
Right. Well, I
we
mean,
try
you
to
know,
avoid that at all
right,
costs if possible.
so like I say, I mean, you know, I'm just saying like a subdivision, if you go in there and build a road in there and say the road is a private road, but it's deeded to, I don't know how they do that, but I mean, you know, like Henderson Mountain and,
An actual subdivision you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Well, it's a
with
private
lots and
road
homes
that-
off of.
It's a private road where everybody on that road is responsible for the maintenance and upkeep of that road.
Correct.
Okay.
So that would have to be approved.
Right, I'm with you.
So as long as all these subdivisions, you know, like I say, I mean, you can't subdivide anything other what the, environmental health, requires for a septic system, you know,
Right.
like, just wanna make sure of that. you
Yes,
know.
I'm with you.
Okay, and, all this is, we did zone this, well, we will zone all that,
Residential
yeah,
agriculture.
yeah, residential agriculture, so. Okay. All right, so anybody have any other questions on this? And like I say, this is preliminary so that he can keep working on it, and when they sell it and everything, he will present a final plat to
Exactly.
us.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the, what are we gonna call this?
Future,
The preliminary map presented by Wildcat Properties
Yes, for future sales.
for future sales.
And like I say, the attorney's not here. I will make sure that we're doing this correctly, you know. I don't see why we wouldn't, but I just do want to run it by him to make sure, but, I mean, we don't have any problem. So, as long as it's legal.
Gotcha.
I made a motion.
All right, second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to, accept the preliminary, for future sales plat, from Wildcat that David has, presented to us. We have a motion second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. So, now, would you want to send the check to Buffy, you know, for $500?
Is that how you want me to do that, or do
Yeah.
you want me to, can it pay out of closing proceeds, or how do you? want
Well,
me to do
yeah,
it?
just as long as we get it, yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'll make sure of that. Okay.
Yeah, just put it down for, subdividing property.
And it's 500 per
Yeah,
each time we
yeah.
get it.
All right. Okay. All right,
But that 500 is only for the Bennett property.
yes.
correct? Okay.
I mean, I told him each time he subdivides, he has,
Okay,
you
Mhm.
know.
all right.
Now, yeah, because each time, I mean, if you came back next month and split this the way it is here now and had a final plat, then it'd be a one-time fee of 500. But if you wait and sell each property,
Right.
then it's at $500 each time because we
Okay.
have to file it and stuff to the county court. Okay?
Sounds good. The only thing I may need is an invoice. Can you get me an invoice? And my email's on there. If you want to email it, that'd be great.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Good. Well, thank you, guys. Y'all have a
It's
good night.
finally nice to put a face with the name.
Nice to meet you. She's got the
After all these
contact
years.
information. I think Mr. Randy's got my number as well.
You want
Y'all
your
need a
back?
copy?
No, we get a copy.
Yeah, if y'all need that, there's 2 copies there.
All
Yeah, we
right,
need
we'll
one.
keep one and we'll send one to
One for us and one for the county.
Perfect. Y'all gonna stamp it? and-
Yeah.
Good deal.
All right, thanks, sir.
Take care.
All right. The next item, real quick, is reimbursement for mileage for training class. Me and Buffy went to a training class in Kennesaw. It was over financial and audits for small cities. It was $50 for each one of us, so it was $100. We did learn a lot, several information and stuff about audits and about how to do the public hearings for the millage rate and stuff. So, do you remember how many miles it was?
It's about 42 because I drove it for over 12 years.
Okay.
It's about 42 miles.
Okay.
But the going rate is 25 cents a mile, so.
No, it's 54 cents. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I got off the federal website. I mean, whatever the going rate is.
No,
mean-
54 is fine.
No, I want to make sure. I mean, I don't want to be, you know,
I'm just saying that the last time I checked on it, it was 25. So I'm not saying that it doesn't change. I'm just like, it's gone up a lot. That's all I'm saying.
well, gas and everything else has. Anyway. So anyway,
Did y'all go down in one car?
no, two, but, well, I had to leave from a different area, but now, I don't know, I mean, as far as her, I mean, you know, of course, you know, we paid her because she, but I mean, as far as me, I didn't get anything, you know,
But we did pay for the fee for the
Yeah.
class, okay? Both of you?
so, yeah,
Okay, so we owe both of you for roughly 42 miles
right,
at 54 cents a mile.
yeah.
Okay, I make a motion that we reimburse Buffy, Holcomb, and Mayor Randy Banks for their mileage to go to Kennesaw for a training seminar
Okay.
at the rate of, and we can check the mileage, but it was like 42, 44 when I was
Oh, that's
driving
okay.
it,
That's fine,
and
man.
at 54 cents a mile.
Okay. Do I have a second?
That's my motion.
A second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second, reimburse for mileage for the training class for me and Buffy. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. The next item is set travel expense for meals. And I said lodging, but I couldn't never find anything mean, concrete on that. I was just trying to set maybe a limit, but it's hard to set a limit because if you got a class, you know, in the summer, it's gonna be, motels are higher than if it's off-season. So,
Well,
I mean,
and-
it's all, it's, you know,
And then sometimes wherever
Yeah.
it is, they may have a block of rooms that is at a cheaper rate.
well,
you're
but-
attending
right.
that.
But
So,
what
I mean, you
was
never
wanting to do-
know.
But what I was wanting to do was set a cap on it, but like I say, we might,
Lodging's gonna be hard to do
Yeah.
that.
okay. All right.
Now,
so-
what we could do is set it at, I'd say $125 a night, and then if it's over that, then bring it back to the council. How's that?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay,
All right.
alright, so I'll put that.
Okay. All right, on the federal website, same website, for meals, they put down $51 a day, which is $11 for lunch, or breakfast, $12 for lunch, $23 for dinner, and then $5 for miscellaneous, I guess, for like tips and stuff like that. Now, you know, we pay this, unless the food's provided by the training company.
That's what I was gonna say.
We're actually
Okay.
gonna do a policy, but Buffy's gotta go to training, Sunday and so.
Okay, here's my motion. I make a motion that we set travel expenses for training classes, that the maximum for lodging per day is $125. Maximum for meals per day is $51 unless the training class facility is providing a meal. And at that point, we would reduce it by how much that meal would have been.
Well, I tried to buy,
Anything over 125 for lodging would need to be brought back to the council. That's my motion.
all right. Do I have a second? Okay. Any other discussion? Like I said, we will be setting up a policy on that. I just couldn't find anything real quick to do this.
That's
So I
fine.
do wanna set something in place.
Alright,
All right.
all in
so-
favor?
All in favor? All right. All right, old business, is there any other new business? I mean, nobody saying anything. Okay.
Brandy, this is the thing we looked at earlier.
Oh. Yes. One other thing, I thought we already done this. I still say we did, but it's Pickens County Hazardous Mitigation Plan Update 2017 to 2022. And this might be different from the other. Oh, I think it is different. This is emergency management, not the
Right, the other one,
comprehensive plan.
yeah,
Yeah.
different thing.
Okay. So anyway, whereas Pickens County and its municipalities recognize that if it is threatened by a number of different types of natural or man-made hazards that can result in loss of life, property, loss of economic hardship, and threats to public health and safety. And whereas the Federal Emergency Management Agency, known as FEMA, has required that every county and municipality have a pre-disaster mitigation plan in place and requires the adoption of such plans in order to receive funding from the Hazardous Mitigation Grant Program. And whereas the Hazardous Mitigation Plan is a community's plan for evaluating hazards, identifying resources and capabilities, selecting appropriate action, and developing a impediment the preferred mitigation actions to eliminate or reduce future damage in order to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the residents in the community. And whereas the Pickens County Hazardous Mitigation Plan Update 2017 to 2022 has been prepared in accordance with FEMA requirements at 44 CFR 2001.6, and whereas the plan will be updated every 5 years, now therefore be resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Pickens County and the mayors and council of City of Jasper, City of Nelson, and the town of Talking Rock, each meeting in respective sessions that Pickens County, Georgia, the City of Jasper, the City of Nelson, and the town of Talking Rock has adopted the Pickens County Hazardous Mitigation Plan update 2017 and 22. And it is the intent of the plan be a working document and is the first of many steps towards improving rational long-range mitigation planning and budgeting for the Pickens County and its municipalities. And then it says pass and approve by the mayor and town account, Toggle Rock at a regular session.
All right, now what is it called? What is it called at the top?
Pickens County Hazardous Mitigation Plan Update 2017 through 2022.
Okay, I make a motion that we adopt what he just said. We need to write it out in the thing.
Okay, I have a second? Okay. Do we have any other discussion on it?
And what is this for?
It's for, say
Like
we
if a
have,
tornado or a flood or something like that comes through, then we are in line with Pickens County as to the protocol or the procedures. They have a plan, and so we are agreeing to their plan.
and we have got money for flooding and stuff.
Yeah,
so
Like
we-
when the creek
yes,
flooded.
yeah,
Mhm.
we got money for that, so
Okay.
you have to have this plan and stuff in place to get that. I think we actually get it from GMA, but, no, or something, but
It
anyway.
depends,
yeah,
it depends on how, the level of destruction.
Yeah, so.
Some of it may come from GMA, if it's bad enough, it'll come from FEMA.
Okay.
All right, so any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right, any other new business that we forgot? Okay. All right, under old business, vote on approving planning and zoning map. Like I say, he finally got everything, and the ordinance. Did you make any copies for anything or just?
I made it for everybody.
Okay, so did everybody get a copy of this? So anyway, this is what we're adopting, ordinance, we're talking about. So do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we adopt the ordinance to amend the town code of Talking Rock, Georgia to address certain zoning matters.
Okay. All right, do I have a second? Okay.
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
And who did this?
Our lawyer. Yeah, Russell. After discussion at the public hearing, with Lamar and Mr. Estes was here. So after lengthy discussion.
And
between-
Zach Bennett.
Oh, Zach Bennett was here. So
we
after
had a lot
lengthy
of public
discussion,
input on it.
yeah, so after discussion and everything, he made changes and, got, from that, typed this ordinance.
Okay, I second.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? If not, all in favor? All right. So, I need that, well, I guess we do C. I need to add C, lifting or talking about lifting moratorium on building permits. You know, lifting where they can build now since we got this in place. Or, you know, we need to do it pretty soon.
I don't remember how we worded that, but I don't see any reason why we can't do that, because we said we would lift it as soon as we got this in place.
Okay, so we
So
don't have
I
to.
make it, well, let's do it this way, we'll make it. I make a motion that since we have adopted our new zoning ordinance, that at this time, we agree to lift the building moratorium.
How does that get published? How does people know that?
Well,
She'll put it on her website.
yeah, and
He'll
it'll be in the
put it in
paper.
his,
And
he
then
made
I'll contact Tony. I
Okay,
mean, we'll contact him. He came down and got a business license or acquired one.
okay.
So, I mean, we can get a hold of him.
Yeah.
And issue.
Yeah.
And I can email the people that bought property
Yeah,
that had intentions of getting permits
yeah.
to let them know.
Because that's a pretty big thing, and then there's some people waiting on that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
That's why we were trying to hurry
Okay.
and get this done. All right, so any other discussion? If not, I think we did have a motion second, right?
Yes.
Okay. If no other discussion, all in favor? Okay, all right. So the last item I have is set a date for public hearing for raising the millage rate. We did get emailed through going to that class, the wording that has to go in the paper, to be able to raise it. And also that we can have 2 public hearings in one day. And then the last one has to be 7 days after that, you know, apart.
6 or 7.
Yeah, and one of them has to be 6 or 7 o'clock. So do you want to,
Well, then why not, to be fair to everyone, since we can do 2 in one day, why don't we have 1 in the morning? I mean, because we all don't have to be there.
Yes,
for
and
it.
that's what they said, do one early and one, but one has to be between 6 and 7.
Right.
But the other one can be early.
Yeah, because that way, if we've got somebody that works in the evening, they can attend the one in the morning perhaps. Okay, do we have a calendar? Because for Buffy and I's sake, we need to do this pretty quickly too. And then get the public hearings.
right. Let's go ahead and let's give me and Buffy a week, to get all this together. So let's say, we put it in the paper 13th, which is when the paper comes out, and that's when we gotta count the days. So the 13th would be the first day we could, you know, advertise in the paper for the hearings and stuff. So it needs to be 7 days after that to give, I'm pretty
Before
sure.
you have the first hearing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah.
in there 7 days when you have the first one.
Right.
Okay.
So do you want to have the first public hearing the 20th?
And if you want to do it that morning, I mean, I can be down here.
Yeah, let's do one, what, 10?
October the 20th?
Yeah. Say one at 10.
Yeah,
and then the
September
other-
or October?
October, no, September.
Yeah, September.
Shoot, just one. Hey,
All right, and then,
I got hair these days.
and then the second one will be, 3 o'clock? Is that good for you, or 2 o'clock?
No, it can't, 1, because I
Okay.
have to be running
All
it.
right. Well, the second one will be at 1 that day.
What was the first time?
10 a.m.
10
10
a.m.
a.m., okay.
And then the second one will be at 1. All right, and then the third one, let's see, 20th, yeah.
Could be on the 27th.
No, the third one, let's do at 6 on October the 4th, right before our meeting. And then after the meeting, you know, after that public hearing, then in the regular session, we'll go ahead and vote. As long as all that jives with the rules and regulations, but I think it will. I mean, we want to make sure, you know.
I'm out of town on all of them.
So. Okay, does that work, everybody? So we have the 4th, we have one at
For the
6.
first day, and I'm
Yeah.
in Tampa for the second.
But in hearing people complain about the way other governments do their public hearings, on the 20th, instead of doing a 10 a.m. and a 1 p.m., let's do a 10 a.m. and a 6 o'clock. And I don't care to be here. And the reason I say that is I would rather give people 2 opportunities in the evening to be able to come out.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Okay.
Not that I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, it just,
Yeah, because
I just don't want, by doing 10 and 1, I don't want people to feel like that we're trying to,
keep them from being able to go.
right.
Well, no, I'm actually gonna try to contact everybody. Personally. Let them know that, you know. All right, so,
All right, so I make a motion that our public hearings for discussing the raising of the millage rate, the first one be on September the 20th at 10 a.m. The second one will be September the 20th at 6 p.m. And the third one will be October the 4th at 6 p.m. before our regularly scheduled meeting.
all right, second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and second to set the dates for, the September 20th at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and then October, the final one, October the 4th at 6 p.m. before our regular meeting. Do I have any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay, unless anybody else got anything else, motion adjourned?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
all right.